So, Ray, what made you write your book, How Lucky Can You Get, and what message does it offer in today's world?
Well, I'd already had four books published in the 1980s in my horsekeeping series, which ran for about 20 years, but I hadn't written since. But after Jill's death, I needed something to sort of get my mind focused and a form of therapy, so I began writing again. And it turned out to be my autobiography, How Lucky Can You Get? And my nephew Grant and his partner Richard were living here sharing the property with me, and they encouraged me and also suggested that I send it in to some publishers. So I did, and to my surprise one of them came back with a contract for it. And what I liked was the first proofreader's report came back, and they'd written, my wife and I enjoyed reading the book. It brought back very many happy memories. We laughed, we cried. It was a joy to proofread. And that encouraged me because I'd written a book with a lot of humour as well as the more poignant moments. And I'll tell you about one character in the book, Jack Neal. He was a cousin of Jill's. He used to live with them actually when he was a young man. And Jack was a brilliant self-taught engineer. He could do everything. And he got a job with this firm that made invalid carriages for the disabled. And he designed the equipment that allowed disabled people, like the thalidomide victims, to be able to drive a car. And he became manager of this firm, and he just had all the vans written up with a sign, a slogan, and it was just at the time that the AIDS virus broke out. And all Jack's fans were running around with the message on the side, AIDS for the disabled. But Jack had a great sense of humour, and he was dying of terminal prostate cancer a few years ago. And I rang him up one morning and I said, how are you getting on, Jack? And he said, well, I've just come back from the hospital and they've told me that I've also got diabetes now. So I said, well, I don't know, Jack, you do like to make things bloody difficult for yourself. And Jack said, well, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well. Now that's what I call humour and courage. And the message that I think that we're going through this coronavirus is that people should never lose their sense of humour. If you can laugh at your troubles, as we did back in the days of the poverty of the 1930s, there's always a way through. And if you can laugh and have a sense of humour, then you're halfway to getting through it and going on to better days. That would be my message.